to Global Visa's pioneering series of meeting pros. I'm your host, Alana. Today, we have the unique opportunity to have a conversation with Mr. Jerry, the CEO of Mercan Group, a major player in Greece Golden Visa program.
This is a wonderful opportunity. Really happy to be part of it.
Mercan was founded in 1989 by Jerome Morgan, a true pioneer in the investment migration space. Initially established in Canada, we became a global presence in over 30 countries, with offices in Canada, Vietnam, China, UAE, Portugal, and now Greece. Our success in Portugal has paved the way for an exciting new chapter in Greece. The Greek Golden Visa has become the world's largest program, making it the ideal market for Mercan to expand our expertise and solutions. In 2024, we successfully delivered a project in Corfu, and this year, we're launching the largest Golden Visa project in Greece, located in Athens' largest port. With a strong economy and a pro-Golden Visa government, we are excited to continue expanding in Greece with many more projects to come.
Your perspective on the recent changes in European immigration policies. The first question is, what's the background of the investment immigration policies in Europe, and what are the motivations for European companies to introduce those policies?
Well, I think you've had a lot of changes in European policy over the last couple of years. Notably, Spain has closed its program. Cyprus has closed its program. Ireland has closed their program. So there's been an upheaval. You have places like Portugal increasing the prices and changing the program, and Malta being taken to court by the European Union. So it's constant upheaval and changes, and you have to keep track of it. I think what's really reflected this is a lot of it's driven by housing crises in a lot of these countries. The European Union is now looking at more economic benefit versus passive investment. And so when you're seeing a change in the programs where they want to get more out of it, the countries. They want the investment, but they want smart investment. And I think you're seeing adjustments in the market where they're really focused on improving their programs, and I think that's good.
And as we all know, in Europe, some of real estate immigration programs being phased out one after another. So what's the major change has the European investment immigration policy gone through? And can you share some reasons for us?
European Union wants to see, if you're going to have these programs, they want to see some benefit coming out of it. Not just building some houses that are not going to be used. They're looking more for a harmonization of activities that's going to increase the benefits for the various countries. They don't want to see passive investments anymore. They want to see really active investments. And Greece has been revamped, and Portugal has been revamped, and others like Spain have closed, and Cyprus has closed because of these demands of the marketplace. Now, I will think one thing is it's not going to be as important going forward because there's so many other issues in Europe now that are even more important now than focusing on immigration. It's just the world's changed, and maybe immigration is not the priority anymore.
Okay.
So that'll take a little pressure off.
Okay. So let's shift our focus from European countries to Greece. Greece has raised the investment for 3 times, as we all know. From your perspective, what do you think motivated the government to make this change?
The Greek program is one of the more popular ones on the market, so very large volumes. And what you had is the program was basically just buying property. So you had these huge volume of properties that were basically bought by Golden Visa investors and removing product from the marketplace. So you had a severe housing shortage. So I guess the powers that be came to realize that maybe the way we've structured it is not working.
Yes,
because all you're doing is selling a Golden Visa and taking away a house from a local person or taking away a rental opportunity. They said, this makes no sense. And politically, it was becoming a problem. So they created a new program. And there's different tiers, 800, 400, and 250. So I think the change they make was a smart one and good for the economy.
Currently, Greece offers a 250 real estate investment option, which involves properties converting from commercial to residential. Yeah, in your opinion, what are the core advantages of this option? And how does it differ from the original residence properties? I mean, from investors' perspective.
I think the government made a smart move. I think what you're doing is, yeah, it's very good for the economy, good for the country. You're taking old commercial buildings that nobody's using or industrial buildings that are dilapidated, basically of no use, and probably nothing will happen. And create a program where developers like us, are going to go in there and take a building that's just wasted and create new apartments. Like the project we have now is creating 400 apartments in Piraeus where they were not there, and these are for local people. So this program is amazing for the country, and what you're going to see is 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 new apartments added into the marketplace every year, and that can make a difference. It's a positive change.
So it's also the best choice for investors.
I think for investors too, because the program, a lot of the rehabilitation of old buildings will be in Athens. So you're getting more development into Athens, which I think people like.
Okay.
It's more centrally located in Greece.
And when selecting a 250 commercial to residential conversion project, as a developer, what factors do you take into conversation when you choose the property?
Well, that's a very good question. I think that's probably the most important question is choose something that's going to add value to an investor. Location. Location is very important. Not just location within a city, but location within a neighborhood. You need to have a location that is safe and has growth potential. For us, we always look at location. And it really, in a place like Athens, for instance, there's areas that are good and maybe areas that are not as good. And if you're going to hold this for 10, 20, maybe 30 years, the location is awfully important because you're going to own this property. You want an asset that's going to grow over time. And that's really important. Location is good. Capital appreciation is important. You want something that's going to grow over time. Safety. You want a neighborhood that's safe. For people, that they'll want to rent it from you because it's a safe neighborhood. Costing and feasibility is important because we got to create a product that's going to give good value to the investor. Something that's going to fit. The good thing about the new program, it's still $250,000. So people want a product that's in that range that has growth potential, and that's not necessarily easy. So we have to find something that's going to fit what everybody wants. We want a good product, we want a good quality product. Investors want something that's in the price range but has the potential to grow. So, and finally, I guess it's the legal structure of the building, that there's no liens against it, there's no asbestos. It's a good property, and that's very important. Finally, I guess connectivity. We want a property that you can move around in the city. It has buses, or it has subways or tram. So connectivity is also very important.
Good location also with the good transportation.
Schools.
Quality, location,
So very important. You don't just want to spend $250,000. You want to spend smartly $250,000.
Exactly. And do you find the progress particularly changing? I mean, you need for the redesign and the later stage operation more challenging?
They had the crisis in 2009, and so you didn't get a lot of new housing really together. Greece, it's really improved over time. The GDP's gone up, inflation has gone down, unemployment's gone down. The whole country as a whole is growing. It's a stable and a good place to invest, to be honest. And most importantly, in fact, it's undervalued. So investing in Greece now gives you the potential to increase the value of your investment over time.
Despite the wide range of investment immigration options in Europe, and why do you think Greece attracts such a large number of applications in China market? And so what are the key reasons behind it appears? Can you share with us?
I think one, processing times are very fast compared to other places. You can look at 6-7 months or even faster. It's not expensive. Not everybody's looking for a passport. So a lot of people are looking for ease of travel, access to the European Union, and this is a great way for you, your family, your dependents, your parents, to travel to the Schengen region. And if you decide it's a passport, eventually you can go live there and spend 7 years and get a passport. If you want a passport, Greece is really, mobility.
Yeah.
And with COVID, people want mobility. I see across the world, everybody says, I need mobility. And Greece is a great way to get mobility. And with this type of investment, you actually can make some money.
Yeah.
In immigration, it's rarely you hear the word, it's a great investment. But in this particular case, we offer good investments, so your money's safe and it's growing. At the same time, your family has the mobility going through the Schengen region. So it's really attractive as part of family planning.
And we are also very concerned about the future change of the policy. As we all know, Europe has been putting continuous pressure on member states regarding their investment immigration programs. So given that Greece remains the only Euro country offering a real estate property immigration. So do you think the government might decide to shut down this program due to mounting pressure maybe?
No, actually, I think they really hit the mark on it. I think what the program's doing is adding housing supply to the market, affordable housing, that is really what the goal of the program. So they've really hit it this time. I think it's good. And maybe some other European countries will look at what Greece is doing and think that maybe that can help us with some of our problems as well. So I think the program in Greece is good for a while. I don't see them changing it. But there's always could be tweaks, but I think it's a program that's structured right, and I could see it continuing at least for the next 3 to 4 years.
Okay. So we also have opportunities to get the Greece card for a long time, maybe.
I think so.
With many European immigration programs being phased out as a real estate developer, do you worry about the investment risks involved?
No, because the projects that we're doing, we're going to do anyway. Before people used to just option a piece of land and make an immigration project. We actually bought the building. It's a great project. If we didn't have any investors through the Golden Visa, we would do the project anyways. The difference between doing a project just for immigration or doing a project because it's good economic sense, it's a winning strategy. Because, no matter what happens in the rules or regulations, we're fine.
Okay.
And I think that's why we choose projects because they make economics and investment sense, not because it's the Golden Visa.
And one question, why did Mercan Group choose to become a real estate developer in Greece during the period of policy changes?
Well, it's a good question. We were doing Portugal, and we were obviously the most successful company in Portugal, and that was a pathway to citizenship. Now, not everybody wants citizenship. So we looked at Greece, we liked it, and it took us 1.5 years to actually set up and get going. And we have done one hotel already in Corfu. But we said this together, Greece and Portugal is the perfect package. If you want a passport, buy Portugal. If you want mobility, buy Greece. So when you have a customer, you have a solution to whatever they may want.
More choices for investors.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your thoughts. That's all the context for today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good job.